Hey, this is Mike Bryan, MGB Inspection Services. Today we're going to talk about generators and how to properly install them. So let's start with your house. And you have decided that you want to have a generator in case the power goes out. So here's your main panel. And the first thing you have to understand is a generator is rather limited in how much power it can produce, and it can't usually drive all of the things in your house, so you have to have a sub panel, and in that sub panel you would have the circuits that you really don't want to be without. So you might perhaps have in there your master bedroom, refrigerator, oven, a few other things, water heater perhaps. So here's the power coming from the generator, and here is Virginia Power, or in this case actually Dominion Power now. Their lines are coming in. So you have two possible sources of power to this sub panel. One is off of the main panel and the other is off the generator. So within this sub panel there's going to be two breakers. If we can do this in a larger form here, there'll be a breaker inside the sub panel, one from the main panel, one from the generator. And a transfer switch will be a mechanism here that makes certain that only one of these two breakers can be open at the same time. It is extremely important that you have a transfer switch. And I see all the time where people have put in a generator and just given instructions on which breaker to throw. It's highly irresponsible and puts people at risk to not have a physical or automatic transfer switch. And let's go into why. So let's say that you have lost power and you've fired up your generator, but you have forgotten to, number one, close the main breaker on your main service panel, or close the transfer switch that comes from the main panel. Now in a case like this, there's two things that can happen. One, your generators are going to start accidentally backfeeding back up these dead lines, and the Dominion Power guy who's working on these lines and thinks they're dead is going to get electrocuted by your generator. That's number one. The second problem is that your neighbor doesn't have power either. And since he doesn't have a generator, he has no reason to close his main breaker on his service panel. He's just waiting for Dominion Power to give him power again. So, not only do you put the Dominion Power guy at risk, but your generator is suddenly going to be trying to power all your equipment plus meet the demand of his house, because all these wires are dead and the generator is going to backfeed through all of it trying to go wherever it can. So it is extremely important that you have this transfer switch to make sure that at the moment you fire up your generator, the only thing that your generator is supplying power to is what's in your sub panel, which is the limited number of circuits that you've decided that you want to have powered by your generator. So again, if I find that there is not a transfer switch in here, I'm going to write it up as a home inspector as a big concern. If you don't have a generator yet and you're going to add one, I encourage you to please put in a transfer switch. Have it done by an electrician. Make sure it meets code and that everybody is kept safe.